I didn't vote to overturn an election. And I will not be lectured by people who did about partisanship.
Today, I want to discuss some of the 2020 events that affected the Postal Service's ability to deliver mail in a timely fashion. And no, they don't have to do with COVID-19. Last year, our Democrat colleagues turned a blind eye to nationwide mayhem, destruction, rioting, and looting conducted by Black Lives Matter and Antifa activists. Many businesses and government agencies, including the Postal Service, saw their entities burn and operations halted because of the persistent violent riots.
It was all a charade. It was all part of the predicate for laying the groundwork for the mail-in balloting and all the chaos and confusion the Democrats wanted, and the laws that I think they passed in so many states, frankly, in an unconstitutional fashion. It was all about politics. It was all about the election.
All the gaslighting that we just heard does not change facts. Mr. Diamondstein, please move the mic close to your mouth. Thank you. Am I making this up, as Mr. Jordan apparently would have you believe, that the President of the United States last summer, Donald J. Trump, publicly said voting by mail would lead to massive fraud? Did he say that, or am I imagining that, Mr. Diamondstein?
I don't think you're imagining it. What I recall him saying at one point is he was going to make sure that the Postal Service got no financial COVID emergency relief, because then they would be able to more effectively deliver ballots.
Thank you. But the point is, it was Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, who was planting the idea, aided and abetted by disruptive changes proposed by a new Postmaster General and a compliant Board of Governors, that actually eroded public confidence in the ability to vote by mail. That wasn't a Democratic narrative. That was a Republican narrative by the President of the United States and his enablers. I didn't vote to overturn an election. And I will not be lectured by people who did about partisanship. But facts are stubborn things. It wasn't the idea that it was complete fiction, that the changes proposed by in fact, implemented by Mr. DeJoy with a compliant board, led by now Chairman Mr. Bloom, who's admitted he went along with them. It was a federal judge who found it politically motivated, not a Democratic critic. I refer you to a Reuters story last September. U.S. District Judge Stanley Bastian in Yakima, Washington, upheld a challenge by 14 states and enjoined the Postmaster General to stop what he was doing, and said, the states have demonstrated that the defendants are involved, the defendants being Mr. DeJoy and company, they are involved in a politically motivated attack on the efficiency of the Postal Service. That's not some partisan Democrat. That's a federal judge. And that wasn't the only ruling that provided an injunction to stop the deliberate disruption of the Postal Service that was contributing to erosion of confidence in the ability of people to vote by mail. That wasn't a Democratic plot. And all of the gaslighting we're listening to here doesn't change the facts.